just as it turns dark, start recording because that's just how I run my life. So, I went ahead and opened up the map because I really need to find some copper, and we got some clear over here. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to need stone too. I got a patch of stone up here and a smaller one here. I mean, 34 million, 73 million compared to 188, 175. So we got some stuff. The most important thing for any of this to get going is our coal, which we have 253 million in this patch. And that's going to be great to get us going. So what I need to start doing is stamping down factories and smelting process. So let's go ahead and turn my bots on to collect all this junk. So we have this patch here, and you saw me working with the blueprints. So if we go to early game and we do our mining, we should be able to fit quite a bit in here. And there's really no, I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to ghost these down all the way through here. What I'm going to do, because I'm going to use a belt system, I'm going to need to produce just a ton, copy, paste, just a ton of iron. So much. You need iron for, you need plates for everything. You need gears for a lot of stuff, which takes plates. Plates are in green circuits. Plates, copper plates or iron plates are in everything. So I really want to get this core stamped down. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes. And I want to have this come into a smelter station. And speaking of blueprints, I wonder if I have blueprints that's just my furnaces. I go into early game. So I have these longer ones. I'm pretty sure I have a big boy. There we go. No, that's not it. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it, and I'm not gonna stop until I do find it because it's good. Let's go to trains. Oh, I don't know if there's a limit to the number of blueprints that you can have. And you can have books within books. There's more trains. We're not really using trains right now. There's balancers, malls, grids. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I want it to flow this way just for symmetry. Oh, it's not going to, I'm not going to be able to do it perfectly. It's okay. So in that case, let's just go down here. Just pick a spot. There we go. Doesn't matter. So this is where we're going to have one to start off with of our smelter station. It's got four of our columns, and you can easily just do like a copy to select everything, and it'll show you there dynamically how many, all the parts of it. So we got 192 stone smelters, and with the mod that we have for max rate calculator, I can click that button and then click and drag, and this is gonna have no recipes, so maybe it won't. 116 smelters, no recipes, but I gotta add some smelters. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect all this up with power eventually, but we're going to have all of our iron ore coming out to the right and then down into our smelter system. I got to add some poles. No, got to go get some poles. We're going to have it go into our smelter system. And then that is going to output into our bus. And so let's come in here to our mall. And because we have the mall, we can pick up some inserters. And I don't have any here because I don't have any wood. But as soon as I put wood in this inbox, It's going to output poles into that box. But I think my first mall, which is why I don't destroy everything just yet. I think my first box has 400. So let's go to town. So we have that going for us. We're doing some research. Let's get some miners over here. I got 200 miners. We got poles. We got belts. We got all the things that we need. And then we can, so any Factorio build, it's just a lot of running around. There's lots of tweaking. There's lots of, you know, let them all build the things. Have my bots come down. Put all the, oops, zoom in. Put all the electric miners down. There we go. Let's clean it up. Recoup some of those belts. Okay, it's all flashy. I don't have any power out here yet. I just want to get it built. But this is one, like I said, this is just showcasing. Oh, I forgot stone furnaces. It's just showcasing the speed at which you can really stamp things down and get going. Once you have a mall going and it's kind of backed up. I got 47. Okay, we need to add another belt to this. We're gonna come in here. Yeah, we're gonna do it the long way. I got plenty of tools though, right? I got plenty of resources, belts. I need more. I can come get more. Just have that working. This is going to come off of our existing, or at least my existing stone. I don't have hooked up just yet, but we're about to. If I take this, because my stone boxes are full, there we go. We're gonna at least have some out here. Get that going. Now, another thing I need to do is, because we've unlocked some things, I want to go ahead and re-stamp this down. Where'd it go? Is this it? This is it. You can stamp it back over. So why is it not letting me? Because that's the... It's this one. This is not grid. You can stamp it back over as long as it's all blue like that. If it's off, it won't be blue. You just want to get it all lined up to where it's blue. Click it again. And now all these buildings you can see that were once untargetable will fill up and start working, because now we have different kinds of power poles. So that's handy. Okay, we're going to have our stone come through here. It's going to split off. Some of it's going to come up through here because we're going to end up making train tracks. And then it's also going to keep going up here. That's not right. There we go. And you can make sure that the underpass is going correctly. If you hover over it, you'll see these dots that say, hey, this is where it's going. If you have your undergrounds and they go just too far, it won't connect. So this is not connected. This is connected. I think they're working on an upgrade to make that color coding just a little bit better. So we have over here, we need to input into our stone, and I want to cut a path into this. And so we're just going to underground through here, pick that up because we don't need that. And then we're going to come down and put an inserter, add a power pole. So we've just modified this so it's going to automatically come and pick up all the stone that it needs to really build out. I just need a ton. I need so many, and I'm not want to So these right here have cables that tell me how many to keep in this chest. And we'll get to that a little bit later, but right now we're going to have 300. It's going to fill this box up till we have 300 stone furnaces, and then it'll stop. So we'll just let that run. I need more belts. See, 1,000 belts. Okay. And this is part of it. And then we need to do, I should have picked up, oh, I got 41 electric miners. Let's go down. Let the bots fill out the parts. And then this is going to go out to a bus. Now I already have in my blueprint, my bus system. I have some things made, but not a ton. So I can shift click and stamp that down and just let my bots go to town. Now here's where we're going to get a little bit tricky. Let's go down more for funsies. And then go here. And then in my blueprints for the bus, I have some angles that I made. Just stamps them down. So we're going to produce all of these. This is a balancer. It's going to take 4 in and spread it out evenly amongst the output belts, the 4 output belts. That way we have a good even spread of what we want to do. So over here we have 6 coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can get online and find these balancer sets out there that other people have made. And basically what I want to do is I want to say, hey, I want to go from 6 belts in to 4 belts out. And let's just put it here for funsies for now. But what this is going to do is take in, like I said, all 6 belts and have it evenly balanced on the way out. I didn't put that in the middle, did I? Oh, I did. I'm just missing this lane. So as you can see, it doesn't take very long to get things up and running. Bang, bang, there we go. Now, as these all output, and let's attach these power poles here while I'm thinking of it, because although efficient, it's not connected all the way for some really weird reason. And then we'll take the poles and we'll run them over here. And I can connect the power. So once those get going, and then we can take our blueprints and click there, click there, and then cut. And then see how fast I'm going now, because I'm crazy cool like that. Got the wrong one. There we go. Let's put it there. Do some manual work. Ugh. So it's going to take all this input from all these miners. It's going to stick it down to 4 lanes. Those 4 lanes are going to come in here, evenly distribute all that stuff through here, and then evenly distribute the output. Now we need coal. And because I'm going to use coal elsewhere, I'm going to go ahead and put it on a 4-lane bus as well, so that I can pull off of it what I want when I need it. Let's just put it there. Just going to click and drag all the way over here to there somewhere. And then we need to get rid of trees. Got space for it. And then we're going to do the same thing. Now I have a blueprint in early game, these balancers, but it's only for 4 and I want lots more than that. So let's look at all this stuff I've unlocked just by having it do research while I'm out doing stuff. Engines. All kinds of things. Who's talking to me? Okay, so let's go back to basics and take our mining. And let's see how many we can get out of this. Do one there, one there, one there. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's fine. Copy. Paste. Paste. And you might be thinking, dude, this is total overkill. And you might be right. But it's fun. There's something very satisfying about having just a huge fact. A lot of people do that. They'll have mega factory builds. Well, they just go nuts. Okay, so this is 7, and I want 7 into 4. So let me go back to my balancer blueprints that I found online. 7 into 4. So this is going to be in the middle. And let's put it there. I need more belts. Luckily for me, we can, because of the mod that I have, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, we can still ghost this down, which is handy for situations like this. Like, all right, just let me ghost it down to see how it's going to look. And then when I have the amount of tools or the products that I need, the belts, I'll automatically just poke it down. Wait. Did I say 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I see what I did. Another reason to ghost it. Kind of hard to see sometimes, but let's get rid of that one. That one to there, that one to there. There we go. Now it's all connected, and then we need to right angle this down. And then... And this isn't like anything super secret that I'm doing here with the blueprints. I mean, the game has blueprints in it. And I've created some. I've went out and got some from other people. Let's go. Bots are on. So you use whatever you can. I really like using my own stuff. Part of the fun of this game is trying to figure out how you want something laid out or done or some process. And trust me, there's as many different people as there's different ways of doing the same thing in Factorio. You know what I'm saying? So can get a little bit, it's one of the things I like about it, to take the tedium, if that's a word, make it less tedious, doing the same thing over and over. You can really come in and say, well, maybe this time I want to play it like this. Next time I want to play it like that. We're going to need a ton of undergrounds for a bus system, by the way. And I'll just leave those there. Ain't hurt nobody. So we'll come in here, let the bots just stamp everything down. Another thing I like to do is make sure that I clear out the trees around my bus just to verify that there's nothing stuck. I don't like it when it's stuck. So we'll fill that out. So one thing I'm going to have to do is feed coal into here. And one way to do that is to create a pull-off, which I have. And so what this does is it takes the 4 lanes in, balances it all out, pulls one lane out and then rebalances it so that it keeps the flow going, but pulls off a chunk of what I need. Right. And we're going to be using this a lot. Some kind of pull off system. This is the one I prefer to use. I know Nilaus has his own kind. I think Catherine of Sky. Everybody has their own kind of pull off that makes sense to them. This is easy for me to count. It's easy for me to just do a pull off and keep balancing. I wonder if Nilaus has one in his books. Balancers. Here's one from Nilaus that would do pretty much the same thing. I just don't like it because it doesn't feel sexy. Sorry. But if I wanted to, I could easily pull off another belt and go up this way. And that would work just fine. Whereas Nilaus's, although probably does work, it's probably great. Just not my jam. Definitely uses less resources. Instead of 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 splitters, he's using 2. Definitely uses less to make it. Okay, so I need some more stone smelters. I need some electric drills. I need some more belts. Let's get the belts. And grab some more inserters. Grab some more of those. Do I need chests? I need steel chests. And while we're doing it, let's grab a stack of the new power. So these new power poles are really handy. You can see this here. I want to get rid of that actually, but these are the big electric poles. And if I take that, let's connect some power now. If I take that and make sure that the wire's connected, right? I can place one down. Then if I click and hold, you see how large this distance is? Instead of having a bunch of little poles, now I've got like 4 big ones. So those are super handy to have. Let's double check our power. Oof. So with great responsibility comes the need for great power. Try to make that sound smart. You can see now that I am just using just a ton of power per minute. I've got 316 miners soaking up 10 megawatts. That's a third of our power. And we're not done. But this is fun to watch because as you can see, there's a problem. You can see the belts and the balancers. Take all these in, balance it so everything's, you know, balanced out, spread across an even load amongst 4. And then we need to hook this side up over here, which might take a little bit of time because I don't have enough belts to hook it all up. It's okay, we'll get there. But in the meantime, what I can do is work on expanding my power because I'm gonna definitely need it. Let's take that power over here to the coal. There we go. And then I need to use small power poles to connect all of the power. Get these fired up. What? There we go. And really kill the power. I mean, these started and stopped because they had any place to go. So, a little bit of work to do, but that's okay. But you can see how starting off with bots is kind of fun and handy. Otherwise, I'd be slower. I can turn off my robotic legs and show you how fast you move without the robotic legs. And this would be vanilla default. But I don't like that. In fact, see how this is kind of, I'll show you what a balancer does. So we can see that one side is backed up all the way down. So if I come in here and add this balancer to say, hey, let's go grab some. Oops. Grab some of those and grab some of those. It's nice to know where your things are. So if I take this and split it in half and then curve it back around so that we're putting all the input and we're putting it on one main belt again so that we have a better, more evenly distributed output. The goal of these belts is to keep them full and saturated as much as you possibly can. See, this is just stuffed full of stone, and it's going to use it from the top or from one side. I don't care. I'm going to feed it from both, and then it's going to fit on each side as it needs to and back all this way up, which is what I really like. Okay, so we have, let's grab some more, 107 of these stone. Now, this is our starter mall, our starter process, starter base. And so it does not give us everything that we need in the game to get us going. We're actually we're getting there. Let's back up just a little bit, turn our bots on. Get this all filled in as it is. Okay. Now we have some coal coming out. Let's check our power. We're going to have to double that real quick. And yellow's pretty slow, but that's fine. I'm not trying to beat a world record. I'm just here to do the thing. I'm here to play the game. I really enjoy this part, is just laying things out and getting your factory all nice and automated. So this is at a standstill. It's waiting for power. As you can see, it says, hey, I don't have any juice. Now there's lots of different things we can put in here. We can put in all this wood. We can put in some coal, some rocket fuel, nuclear fuel. We got coal coming. And if we hover over this piece of wood, it says fuel is 2 megajoules. And if we pick up some coal, which you can do just by coming up here, hitting F just to pick up a couple pieces, this produces 4 megajoules. So we go from 2 to 4. So it's going to last longer, is what you want to take away from that. Let's watch this in action because it's fun. This is my most favorite part. I like to get an end process all built out and then plug in the belts and then watch it all flow. It's just so satisfying. So we're going to see here, this pull off is going to balance it all out. We're going to pull some out, and then it's going to balance the remainder out. And then that's going to go into our smelter stations and do the same thing. Basically, there's a splitter that takes some and puts it on both sides of the inputs. And then this will eventually get backed up because I don't have it going anywhere. A lot of people ask, why are main buses only 4 lanes? Why does everybody do that? These yellow belts, when you start off, only go 4. I can't go 5 like I can with reds. And so 4 has kind of become the default the default for a bus system. At least it is for me, just because it works. And then you also want to keep your bus sections 2 apart, like this. Because now I can go over multiple, right? I can go over multiples, multiple lanes by doing that. So anyway, that's how you would do that. We'll get there. We're going to have a massive bus system that's going to transport just a ton of product for us, which you will see. as we go through this, and we're only a couple hours in and we are just flying along. You can always see your game save. Where are we? YouTube, vanilla. We've got 1 minute on that save. If I save it and then hit it again, we've got 4 hours into this. And some of that was, stop, let things build up here, go watch a show, go to eat, go do some things. But all this just to get a bus system going. And sometimes you can do this on a low scale, not like grandiose like I've got going here.